Welcome back to the final segment of Southern Nevada Sports News. Joining us in studio now is one of our sponsors from McMullans Irish Pub, which is just across the road from the Orleans Casino, Brendan Lee, the manager. Welcome, Brendan.
How you doing, mate?
Very well, mate. Not as well as you, though.
No, I'm still recovering.
Now, I just want to ask you a quick question. Did you see Sonny out the front? He was in the first segment. He had the All Blacks jumper on. Did you bump into him? He's from Wellington.
Yeah, the head on backwards. Yeah. Funny bloke. Good accent. Good, true New Zealand accent.
So I was just telling Brendan in the break that I was a bit nervous about doing the accent because I was sure I was going to butcher it. I walked out and he goes, "Mate, that was a good accent." So if I can impress a Kiwi, then I can impress anyone. So McMullans Irish Bar. Do you want to give us the address for us, Brendan?
It's on the corner of Tropicana and Cameron, right next to the Orleans Casino is the best description.
Yep.
All Irish, all authentic. Very good pint of Guinness.
Yep.
Very perfect pint.
And I can recommend it to anyone that's in Vegas. I've spent a lot of time there over the Rugby World Cup the last 3 or 4 weekends. Have you got any events that you want to plug coming up?
Well, actually, our birthday, our anniversary is the 13th year of being open is tomorrow. And
Nice.
We've got a bunch of drink specials and everything going on, so hopefully that'll kick off a great first Friday.
See you down there, guys. I'll be there for sure. So looking forward to it. Obviously, being a Kiwi, talk us through how big of a deal Saturday was, and have you spoken to anyone back home, and what's the reception been like for the boys back home?
Well, I think the Facebook locked up and they couldn't use it for about 6 hours because it was so cranked.
Are you serious?
It was ridiculous. Everything shut down because it was overloaded.
Yeah, it's because you only got one computer there, though. That's the thing that probably...
Yeah. Well, there's a problem. One washing machine, one computer, but a really good rugby team.
Exactly. And don't I know all about that. So what we normally do in the last segment is get some tips off Jeff Belko. Now, mate, you're on fire at the moment. You're
doing decent,
10 and 2, mate, if I'm not correct.
10 and 3,
if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken. 10 and 3, okay.
Yeah.
So talk us through who you like this weekend. We might grab a couple of tips off you, mate, if you have any as well.
Well, as if you guys been watching and watching the Twitter, I usually pick a couple of college games that I like. There's a couple that kind of really stood out to me this week. Michigan State's coming off their bye week, playing in Nebraska. The opening spread was a 4.5, which is actually where I got it at 4.5. I think it's about up to 6 now. I still think it's a pretty solid bet. Nebraska's not playing that well this year. I think Michigan State's going to handle them pretty easily.
Okay.
Not one of my picks, but I kind of like the over on that also.
Okay.
The second one I really like is Marshall. Marshall's in 8-1. They're playing really well. Playing Middle Tennessee State could be challenging a little bit because it's an away game. But actually getting 3 points, I actually like the 3 points. I might tease around and mess with the money line on that one. And then at the shootout that was last week, I don't know if you guys caught that, the Giants game and the Saints, what a great game. I mean, just absolutely 100-something points.
Crazy.
I actually think that they're going to bounce back this week and beat Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay played with a lot of heart against Atlanta. I watched the whole game. Atlanta had like 4 opportunities in the red zone to punch it in. They did not do so. And Tampa Bay took advantage of that, took the ball back, and actually scored. So they were up 1 point, 20-3. The game looked like it was over, but then you got Matty Ice. He came down and tied the game, put it into overtime, and then Tampa took it away in overtime. So it's a great game for Tampa. One of the gentlemen on the Alexander from Tampa, his younger brother had been killed just a couple of days before.
Oh, wow.
And it was crazy because I was watching the game thinking, man, this guy is really beasting up this field, man. I just couldn't believe it. I was really shocked more than anything else. I'd never heard of the guy. And then come to find out it was because his brother had passed and was actually shot. It was kind of devastating. Mm-hmm. But, he had an interception, fumble recovery, and actually another interception that was taken away by a penalty. So a lot of fun there. And then just a couple freebies, but, not really my favorites. I watched Oregon play last week. They have no defense whatsoever, but can score at will.
Yeah.
They're playing Cal this week, over under 76. I definitely would not take the under.
76?
Yeah. Definitely would not take the under in that game.
Yeah.
And then the second one would be Oklahoma State, which basically scored at will also last week. Playing TCU, they can actually score on any play. Also 76. Do not take the under.
Okay. So the best thing about this being on YouTube is, I know I said it last week as well, but because you can just go back and look at it whenever you want and just jot down those bets. But we will also have it up on our Twitter handle as well, which is at SNSportsNews. So make sure you check that out. We've got Facebook on there as well. and it's also going to be at the Vegas Lions Twitter handle too. So make sure you check out Jeff's pics on there. He's on fire. So hopefully that run continues, mate.
Hopefully.
So back to you for a second, mate. How long have you been in Vegas for?
19 years.
19 years. Wow. And you still got that twang.
You couldn't beat it out of me.
Yeah.
And I hang out with a bunch of Australians, so it's kind of getting a little messed
Feel sorry
up.
for you, mate.
It's a shocker.
You got another one to hang out with now. So. No, that's so. What originally brought you to Vegas?
Rugby, actually.
Okay.
The rugby club here brought me to come over when it was
wow.
an amateur sport. It's just one of those deals they do, and I ended up staying. I had such a good time. Vegas. Straight to Vegas.
How can you not have a good time,
right?
mate?
No doubt, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And working in all the English and Irish pubs in town, and
Fantastic.
now I'm at the best one.
Yeah, definitely. Good stuff. So you still having a kick now, or?
I just showed up at training last night to play touch, which is
nice.
like flag football for Americans, and it was a full training. So a bit rough, and a bit stiff, and we went full at it because we couldn't turn away.
Yeah, exactly.
Once we were there, mate.
Yeah. And especially after, I'm assuming you would have had a couple of quiet beers in celebration of the All Blacks on the weekend, mate?
I was still recovering from Saturday night.
Yeah, it's probably a good way to get it out of your system, though, wouldn't it? Get a sweat up and then it's gone. So
it's gone.
Yeah, good
it's
stuff.
gone for sure.
Did you want to give a quick plug out to the rugby club or anything like that?
Yeah, we've got the Sin City Irish that are in town. That's one of our clubs, and the Downtown Rugby. We've also got the girls rugby, the Slots Rugby Club, the other girls, and we've also got UNLV Rugby, which is there as well. And McMullans sponsors all of the rugby teams. They put a good word in and they take care of everybody. So they're awesome.
Fantastic. Just give us that address again quickly with McMullans Irish Pub.
McMullans Irish Pub's on the corner of Cameron and Tropicana next to the Orleans.
Yep.
You know, and if you haven't been there, the fish and chips are awesome. I mean, real solid, authentic. It is set up. The setup is actually. I'd never realized how big it was.
Oh yeah.
You know, I've always been in the first part. You know, where the bar is. You know, where you got the large TV there. But then I started walking through this place. I'm like, wow, is this place end?
The banquet room.
6 or 7 rooms in there. Or?
Oh yeah, it's all cut up. That's all their traditional little nooks and crannies that they used to do all their deals in.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy Irishmen.
Yeah.
So,
I've got Irish blood too, mate.
Right?
So yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we all do.
Yeah,
somewhere
exactly.
along the line. There's something Scottish, Irish, wherever they got kicked out of. So that was us.
Talk us through, obviously been in 19 years, where do you think rugby's at the moment in Vegas? Because I actually got invited to a USA rugby thing because I'm a punter in American football. Right. So got invited to do a couple of kicking camps which are coming up. And I know the Sevens is just getting more and more popular all the time. So talk us through sort of the timeline from when you started to where rugby's at now.
I'll put it in perspective. We didn't used to see any rugby on TV at all. And now we're actually getting live on NBC for the final. I mean, that's just chalk and cheese right there over 20 years. It being in the Olympics now for the Sevens, it's going to blow up because now the colleges, I believe, will take it over, and then we'll get the scholarships, and then it's just money, basically. It's going to push it.
You know, and with the Sevens coming to Vegas, I mean, does that increase your volume of business?
We get a kickback from it for sure. They come up here, and I mean, because everyone hunts out where they can watch some of the stuff going on as well. So usually it coincides with some of the other rugby tournaments going on. I think there might be a clash this year with some Six Nations or something like that. Then you get a bit of a pop, but we're a bit of a ways away from Sam Boyd Stadium. So we do the sponsorships and stuff like that. But
and that being said, the US Sevens, they're coming.
Oh yeah, it's going to be amazing. 3 days of hell.
Yeah. He's talking about he's talking about the USA team though, aren't you?
Oh yeah. After winning London,
right?
Anything's possible. Yeah. Anything's
possible.
How's
that Carlton Niles, is it?
Yeah.
The guy on the wing.
He's just got to get his hands, and he's got to learn the game a bit more.
They just need a handoff to him, I reckon, and he's gone. So.
Yeah,
there you go, mate. He's off down the wing, so you're not catching that.
I've actually seen him a couple times just turn on the burners and forget about it.
No, the USA Sevens team has stepped it up. So it's great to see, and we need it because rugby in the entire world, I mean, this is a great pool. Look at our athletes in America.
Absolutely.
We should be crushing people. When I say we, I mean Americans.
Yes.
Come on, mate.
19 years, baby. That's what you're going to be talking about.
Well, that brings us to the end of the show. Thanks very much, Brendan, for joining us, mate.
I'll never live that last
So, McMullans Irish Pub, guys, make sure you check it out. They're coming on board as a sponsor. We're going to have a chat to your boss, but we'll do that this week. Thanks very much, mate. Join us again next week on Southern Nevada Sports News. Thanks, guys.
God bless.
Cheers.